Hi, how do I break into EV industry without prior work experience? Can AI and simulations become superpower as a fresher engineer? And what do companies like Mahindra or Ola Electric really look for in fresh talent? Hi all, welcome to Let's Hear It From powered by Myjobfactory. I am your host Ajay Alankar and this is the podcast wherein we are really going to get candid with top industry leaders, HR heads and CEOs who are working very hard to shape and reshape today's dynamic work environment. Joining with us today is one Dr. Nitin Banait, a visionary in the EV space with over 18 years of deep tech work experience in product design, physics-based simulations with AI, and a staggering 4 patents already granted with one in the pipeline. He is the founder of Tesla EV Academy, a learning platform preparing aspiring engineers, innovators, and thinkers for a clean tech future. So, viewers, if you're a job seeker planning to make your next career move in the EV sector or an employee working very hard to build successful teams, this is the podcast for you. So, without wasting a single second, let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's hear it from Dr. Nitin Banait. Nitinji, we are thrilled to have you here today. Welcome to the show. So, without wasting a
Yeah,
single
thank you, sir.
so let me quickly jump to the first question. My first question could be your favorite question. This is basically on the skills and mindset of students. India is aiming for 30% EV adoption by 2030 and global EV sales has already crossed 10 million units in 2023. And this shift is basically undeniable. So, what skills and mindset should students start building today to thrive into this EV electric mobility revolution?
Okay, so to answer this question, like what we understood overall, um being the global warming and this emissions related issues are everywhere in the world, and one of the attempt by all the automotive segment is to go with the electric way.
Right.
So if you see this journey, basically, uh, uh, there is no option left for the world to go some other alternate fuels or other options for the mobility. And one of the tentative options, I say EV is the transition period, basically from the petrol or diesel to EV,
Right.
and
An
subsequently
alternative.
some other alternatives will come. Yeah. So being India is one of the uh, most populated country, and we have a lot of great manufacturing setup, OEMs and all of that. This will help us to generate a lot of revenue, because we have a lot of technology centers in India, and now we are being the third biggest global economy,
Right.
on the way to be a global economy. We have great opportunity for our engineering ecosystem and the industry to grab this opportunity by both hands, but this requires industry academics interaction,
Correct.
kind of upskilling efforts, so that we can create a lot of employments, and that this is the way forward, what I understand from my
Absolutely.
9 to 10 years of journey in EV ecosystem.
But being very specific, typically engineering students. So, what skills should they, upgrade themselves with, or a typical mindset to thrive into this, electric mobility revolution?
Yeah, so if you see a lot of
Or
yeah,
mindset,
sorry. Yeah, I will answer that.
Yeah.
So if you see all our education system, new education policy, and all the efforts taken by the universities and private universities, deemed universities, and now few universities from the global ecosystem is also coming to India. So I see a significant change. If you see the 20s, 2000 to 2010 time frame,
Right.
and 2010 to today's date, there is a significant shift, and there are a lot of industry academics kind of collaborative efforts are going on. The efforts has been made, government policy, educational policy, all those ecosystem is working hard to make this happen. But I see a lot of still a lot to do. The basic observation when I travel length and width of the India across the academics, including IITs, NITs, and the universities, I see little bit of lack of the initiatives from the students, little bit to learn this green mobility or electric mobility kind of segment, wherein This includes the opportunity to all branches of engineering. So when you say electric vehicle or electric mobility, it requires skills of mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, electronics engineer, computer engineer, IT and civil for that matter. Everything is very, very important. And if you see any E-Supra kind of teams in any colleges, the 90% students are coming from mechanical and very few from coming from electrical, electronics and other branches of engineering. So that is really worrisome situation, and this trend has not changed too much, what I see. So my request is to all the students from different branches of engineering apart from mechanical, they should take active participation for this kind of events, and they should improve their skills. Today's world is all multi physics skill is the necessity of today's era, and if you don't fine tune yourself with your skills with that, then you will find little bit of challenges. So that anyhow AI is coming in big way and all these things are happening. So that is what I can say the current situation.
Absolutely, very well summed up. There should be a combination of lot of skills. I quickly move on to the next question. Is basically my next question is on what are the most common mistakes you see fresh graduates make when they are applying to core engineering or and especially to EV startups, because given the fact that studies show that nearly 60% of the engineering graduates are struggling to land roles in core sectors like EV where the due to skill gaps or poor application strategies. So what are some common mistakes you see fresh graduates are making these days to get into EV startups or EV sector?
Okay, so what I observed over a period of few years, and when I have driven almost 2 lakhs of kilometers of EV car, few kilometers on EV three wheelers, and very close to 30,000 kilometers on my hybrid electric scooter, which we developed in house at Pune. So what I see, whatever knowledge you have in your engineering, like once, for example, mechanical or electrical, let's take an example of electrical engineer. So once you finish your engineering degree, you have a great opportunity to work on the traction motor, what we call in EV ecosystem. So you know the fundamentals of AC motor and DC motor and synchronous motor and all of that. So when you appear for any interview to the startups or the big OEMs like Mahindra and Mahindra or Tata or Piaggio or Volkswagen or Mercedes-Benz, they don't expect you to answer every questions whatever is expected out of them, but you have to have some courage to explain your fundamentals with respect to the basic questions what they ask. So people, lot of these young graduates, they buckle down. They are not able to answer simple questions like power is equal to voltage into current. These are all simple things to be answered, but they are not able to. Most of the time they buckle down, and what is expected by GT is all your body language and willingness to learn. These are some of the things which they should speak when they are appearing for the interviews. Eye to eye contact. Tell just whatever you know, whatever things you should be very clear, and then you have to complete your answer saying that we are ready to learn whatever is coming on our way, and we will put all that hard work. We will work, let's say 10 hours a day and all those things, and you need to demonstrate all those things when you join the company. So that is what is little bit is like missing link. And when you are doing your engineering, for example, electrical engineering, so you should have some courses. You should open the motors, basically whatever is available even in your lab. The EV motors and all those things are available, which is available in, let's say, 5,000-10,000 rupees. There are motors available in your lab, but you are not able to open the lab, and you don't know the components, even what are those components which has been used in the motors. So if you don't have this information, then the startup or any company, automotive company, will lose the confidence on you, because you are not able to tell what are the components, what is stator, rotor, what is the size of the magnets, what is 10-inch rim, and all those basic questions they should be able to tell. What kind of winding, star, delta, all those things, what is the diameter of the winding wire, all those things you should, if you tell them, they will be, I'm telling you, in first interview itself you can crack and get the job in these startup or small scale industries or OEMs.
Very important point, sir, you have actually highlighted through this question. So there is one more, extension to this question only. How can now young engineers take their first step towards building innovation-driven careers? I'm asking this question because less than 10% of engineers in India are filing patents or publishing research in their early careers, and you have already got 4 patents. So how can young engineers can actually take first steps towards building innovation-driven careers?
So it's very so when you talk about whatever you do, it should be protected. So for example, intellectual property or trademark copyrights or patent, this is the best way to give some confidence to yourself when you apply for any design patent or normal patent. Okay, you need to talk to your colleagues or relatives or your professors or the in every college there is something called now incubation center or innovation center, right? So you will have the connects or they will enable you to the IP experts or patent expert. And if any idea comes to your mind when you are walking on the street or moving from A to B location, when you are going to college, you will see a lot of new vehicles, new product, whether it is a fan, for example. Now there are fans like Atomberg BLDC fan. The fan is there from a lot of years in the industry, but this innovative way to make a fan like BLDC focused fan, which is like very energy efficient. The idea comes from the basic concepts, right? It is all about the electrical engineering. So you need to have willingness to do something new, try to see where it can be fit in, and you should be ready to take risk, and you should see what happens. So if you do more hands-on, make it, break it, again assemble, disassemble. If you do more during your engineering, just by sitting on the laptop and doing some Python and this and that will help you to get something different. But if you have more core fundamental knowledge of your engineering, this is very stringently applicable to mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, this kind of branches, chemistry, metallurgy. Unless and until you don't do this kind of your hands-on, you will not get the confidence, and you will may not be able to create something new which can be patented, or you can have your IP on that. So you have to start from scratch, small things, and once you get the confidence, then once you get one patent, you know how to get the other patent with your ideas and all of this. And if you are working in a cross-functional team and multidisciplinary team, and if you have friends from different branches of engineering, keep talking to your experts. You will learn more when you are talking to your senior colleagues. You can ask some simple questions to them, how I can improve myself, how I can learn this thing, this is what I think I can best fit in. Maybe somebody wants to go to design, somebody wants to go to production, industry 4.0. There are tons of opportunities available in the present era, and basically in India, because everybody wants to invest in India as a technology center or whatever way, because we have very good skilled people, basically reasonably, who has good understanding in written and verbal and communication skill as an English language. So we have a great opportunity, and that is how we should try and attempt it and make it happen. I think it is possible. I don't see any challenge.
Yes, sir. But as you have said, challenge. But then again, EV industry is moving at a very fast pace. So what advice would you like to give to those who are struggling to keep up pace with the rapid pace of technology in EV and AI?
Okay. So if you see AI, whatever I know a little bit on AI, I will just want to tell you. AI, to be more precise and successful, right? It needs a lot of data points to make make your predictions correct. If these data points are not available, for example, for EV, two-wheeler, three-wheeler or four-wheeler, the data sets are not available. It should be available in millions or billion number quantities. So unless and it is not there, it will take some time. Software-defined vehicle, ADAS level 0 to level 5, and EV to be more streamlined, it will take one more decade, I think, overall on AI point of view. But if you see, to adapt to the new technologies which is coming in EV, what you can do, you should be very strong on your fundamentals, and whatever is happening, you should have 10 or 20 minutes reading every day on what is happening across the world in EV. Let's say today's news is Government of India has released some exemption for bringing the components and parts to India up to 15%. So Tesla has a great opportunity to make an entry in India now, because they have get a great exemption as a new EV policy from central government. So you should know all these news, where they are going to invest, what is the best options
Right.
for them. So all those things, if you keep up to date, what
Upgrading.
acquisitions are happening, what world is thinking, in every month, what is the sale of EV, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, who is leading the chart. So if you know what versions, Ather or Ola or Mahindra, Bajaj,
Right.
Piaggio, TVS, in EV ecosystem, what kind of models are coming. So you should be up to date with this updates. What is, how to read the specification of two-wheeler, three-wheeler, EV car, EV truck, all those things. If you know how to do that, this little bit of reading, not only in EV, the future is EV, hybrid EV, hydrogen mobility, drone, all these are eVTOL. These are all the high-tech segment wherein you can play, you can take a chance and you can build your career. Basically, that is, I think,
Such a
this is what I can say in brief,
correct.
whatever I know.
Such a brilliant answer. I think it will be very helpful for job seekers. So I come to the last question of this episode. Although you have parked Tesla EV Academy, tell us something about Tesla EV Academy. What inspired it, and how you can, aspiring professionals benefit from it.
Okay, so to answer these questions, when I was running one Canadian company in India, that point of time I bought the Mahindra's electric car E2O, okay, high-end version. It is 120-kilometer range EV car, and I understood, my common sense told me, like, this is what the world is moving towards, electric mobility and all of that. Okay, so that happens in 2015, March 2015 to be precise, and then I slowly start gathering all my understanding on EV. I have opened the car and the battery pack and a lot of things in the EV. I opened my by myself, and I assembled it again to gain more knowledge on that. Okay, so and then because Elon Musk is the pioneer in EV ecosystem across the world, so he's the role model for me, because he's the person who took a lot of risk and prove to the world that what he said he delivered, and he make a point with the help of technology, right? And that's why I thought, let's do something in EV ecosystem. The objective to create the Tesla EV Academy is, my objective is to bridge the gap between the industry and academics, which is there. And by God's blessings, like coming, my father is a teacher and is still there, so I felt that there is something, we are responsible citizen of India, and my objective is to something give back to the society. When I was because similarly I got, when I was doing my PhD at IIT Bombay, so I want to give something back to the society, to the ecosystem, and my young Indian friends, so that if you share the knowledge, your knowledge will
It
grow.
increases, it grows.
And that is the ultimate objective of Tesla EV Academy, to align the young buddies, the young engineers of India, to fine tune what industry wants, because I have all the experience from the industry, but I keep visiting academics, university campuses and all of that, to make sure and to tell them that this is what the current trend and you should do that. I have delivered more than 200 plus EV awareness session from IITs to a lot of colleges across India, the length and width of India. I've done a lot of workshops, and all of that. So I think sharing knowledge is the most important thing. People who can spare some time, this is all happening at the cost of my family time and everything, but I think somebody should come forward and try to attempt and do this whatever is possible, and make sure that they will be the ultimate result is, as an India we will grow, and that will help us to bring more dollars to India, basically.
Right, correct.
That is the ultimate objective.
The ultimate. Nitinji, I wish this was an amazing discussion, and I wish we could have continued this discussion ahead. But I understand the time constraint you have, and we come to wrapping up this particular episode of Let's Hear It From. A big thank you to you, and it was such an amazing, wonderful, and a learning experience, not only me but to the viewers also. So, viewers, at Myjobfactory, we believe that job hunting for students is not just clicking the apply button. it is much more than clicking the apply button. It is finding the right workplace, a workplace that aligns with your personality, a workplace that aligns with your career goals. And that is why we have built a platform called Myjobfactory that basically connects candidate personas with dream workplaces. So coming back to you, Nitinji, as a thank you, we offer all our podcast guests 3 free job postings on Myjobfactory. I mean, you can use it anyways, wherein you can showcase your company culture through photos and videos. You can put into practice various employer branding ideas. You can promote your employee value proposition along with detailed job descriptions in order to attract top talent and build successful teams. And viewers, if you're a job seeker listening to this podcast, please log on to myjobfactory.com, wherein we have transformed simple job postings into real workplace stories. The job you might be dreaming for might just be there. And if you're a CEO or an HR leader and wanting to share your recruitment theory with us, we would be more than happy to feature you on this podcast. So viewers, bye for now. Please take care and see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
एक मिनट